Hi, thanks for joining me. I want to show you how this window was taped up, and I'll explain what happened. The motor and the regulator went out in this particular window, therefore the window pane itself dropped down into the door. And it's okay where it is, that's where it normally goes, but it just will not let up. So I'm going to show you, or attempt to show you, what was done. Now, I assisted in this. So what you'll need is some of this clear tape. And if you don't have this little dispenser thing, that's fine. Just use some scissors. And this is just some cheap saran wrap. And when I was first told about it, I thought, okay, you're supposed to wrap the whole door? So what happens is the saran wrap was placed here like this. And what happened was it was positioned so that it goes a little past where the window is supposed to be. This is where the window is. And what you're going to do is encase the entire area where the window is and go a little on the outside so that it doesn't allow the water to go inside the vehicle. So this is placed here, and then you run a piece of tape along this bottom. And now the tape is going to be about half on the saran wrap and half on the car. And the reason that the clear tape was used because it will leave less of a residue than using duct tape. Now, you'll secure this. You can actually wrap it first and then come back and put the tape. So this is rolled up and over that part of the door. So I'm doing this with my hand so it's not working. But if you tape this down here and then just roll this up and over, and that will be good. And then you tape along this entire bottom side here. You're going to place another piece next to it. So the size of this window, how many times you go up and over, will be determined by the size of your window. So the size of this particular window, it's not this whole piece here, but from here to here, I only needed to wrap to use this 2 times. So I went up and over here, and then I came to the side and went up and over. And there was an extra layer I took and went a 3rd time right in the middle of the 2 pieces. And then I taped this middle section. So, in essence is, I take the piece here and I take the piece there. This isn't taped down, so now the wind's blowing it. It clings to what you don't want it to cling to, as you know. So the 3rd piece came in the middle, and it overlapped both pieces. And then I just taped this edge down to the saran wrap that was already there. And I taped this edge down to the saran wrap that was already there. I then came into this side, and this saran wrap will be cut right up here. And I'll redo the same thing. So the saran wrap is already hanging over from the front side. I'll tape this. Now when you tape this, make sure that you take and make the saran wrap follow the contour of this edge of the window. And that way it is a thinner piece as far as the width here, and the air won't get up under there and cause it to make that loud noise. So just run your fingers up here like this and place a piece of tape there. Then tape down the length. Then come over here on this side and tape this bottom piece the same as you tape the other side. You want it close to the other piece. And so if you need to put one hand on this side and one hand on this side, you can do that. And that way there's less room between here. You do both sides the same way. So as you can see, this was taped all along the bottom edge, all the way up here. I didn't tape anything there. I probably could have put a piece of tape here. She did. And then she taped this piece in here to make sure it was good and snug in here. What happens is when the door is closed, the water normally runs down this doorway and then down. So that will work really fine. And then what you do, I'll show you. Once that's taped, you'll do this to the inside and to the outside. You come along as if you're trying to tape your window for hurricane preparedness. It used to be that people would tape the window panes years ago with duct tape or whatever tape. And the reason you do that, so if a storm came and the window broke, it wouldn't shatter all over the place. That the tape would kind of contain it into a small area. So you're going to create an X, a diagonal line one way and a diagonal line the other way. Then you come back down, straight down the middle, and place a diagonal line here. And then you go across and place a horizontal line there. And you want this tight, but you want it snug up on this saran wrap. So when you're pulling it taut, I should say, you're pulling it taut, you want it to go against the saran wrap. If you just pull it straight across, the saran wrap will be inside and it'll have the ability to flap like that. So you want the tape to be taut, stretched taut across so that it's not a lot of room, but you want it to actually move along the edge of the saran wrap. So as you can see, the other layer in there and this layer out here. But the tape has created a seal all along the edges here so that the water can't go in. When the rain hits, it is going, or the dew, because dew rises, and I saw the results of that from last night. The dew rose, and what happens is all the water settles on your car and it runs down. Well, when it runs down, it's going to hit in here and go within the groove. There's a channel in there, and the water generally runs down and down onto the ground. So that's what happens. This allows you to, as a driver, to be able to look through this back window and see if there's traffic on this side. So if you're trying to change lanes, it's much better to use this saran wrap, or you can use that painting drop cloth that's plastic instead of using something solid, and it keeps you from being able to safely change lanes. Okay, I want to see what it sounds like when I let the windows down inside. I hear more of the crosswind than the wind hitting that plastic. It sounds like the window is down because you can hear the air in the car. The sound when there's a window cracked or the window down. But it's not. And you don't hear all that flapping, so that's great. Okay, so what's happening is I'm doing about 60 miles per hour. And as you can hear, I'm going to turn it so you can see it. That's the window. And that's the sound of the plastic on the window. And I was up to, and that's what it sounds